Hi, I'm Cynthia. I bring you art studio vlogs weekly, and I also do art supplies reviews. I just posted an art studio vlog where I tested varnishes and gels and mediums, and I thought I would condense that information in a very short video and help you decide what finish you prefer. Here are the varnishes and mediums. You can pause to take a closer look. We have Airbrush Medium, which is a very liquidy consistency. It's basically like water, so no thickness. We have a matte varnish, satin varnish, high gloss varnish, and we have 3 gels, which are very thick: matte, gloss, and ultra matte. I myself prefer the matte look, but I'm wondering if matte will give a milky overcast on the color, so that's my test today. I have the classic matte medium as well. So the way I've done this is basically I've put some varnishes and mediums over each stripes here, and I've indicated the name of the varnish or medium used, and in between there's a strip of untouched paint just to be able to see the comparison. So let me remove this tape, and then I'll take a few photos and do some close-ups so that you can see the different finishes. The Airbrush Medium is very glossy. So the good thing is it has the consistency of water, as I've mentioned, but it's very glossy compared to the stripe right next to it where it's the raw paint. The matte varnish is surprisingly glossy. It looks very much like the satin varnish right next to it. I was expecting it to look matter. Here we have the high gloss varnish, which is very glossy, and it keeps the colors very bright and reflective. Here we have the matte gel, which gives an overcast milky effect. In person, there's like a white little film. It's not as bad as the ultra matte. If you see here, the ultra matte gives a very strong milky white cast. And with the gel, you have to be careful not to put too much, because if you put a really thick amount, it will dry white, like here in the crevice. That was too much. The matte medium isn't so bad. To the naked eye, it doesn't change the colors too much. I don't see a big difference between the raw paint and the matte medium coat. The last one is a mix, 50% Airbrush Medium with 50% matte medium, and it's slightly more glossy than the matte medium. Here's a comparison between the Airbrush Medium and the matte medium. So the Airbrush Medium is like water. The varnishes are that same consistency as well, and the matte medium is a little bit more creamy. Just to give you a quick example of the consistency of the gels. So this is the consistency of the matte gel. If you want to mix that with paint. This is the ultra matte gel. It feels thicker actually than the matte gel. And the gloss gel is comparable to the matte gel. So the ultra matte is the thickest one. To recap, the matte gel and ultra matte gel give a big overcast. There isn't much difference between the satin varnish and the matte varnish. So the matte varnish is still reflective. The gloss gel doesn't alter the color too much, dries very clear. In my opinion, the matte medium is the more neutral of them all, not changing much of the initial finish and intensity of the color. I know that gels are used to mix with paint to give a thicker consistency. I was testing this to use them possibly in collaging, so that's why I was very concerned about the Milky Overcast, just as an information. So I hope this was helpful. If you want more inspiration, you can watch this next.